The human species, in fact, every living creature on this planet is involved in an experiment. In fact, we are all the lab rats in this planet-wide experiment. I recognize that such a statement is rather extreme. So let me explain. Just in the last 2 years, scientists have developed new technologies that are able to detect and document the amount of nanoplastics present in all kinds of environments, including our bodies. What are nanoplastics? For many years, we have known that plastics break down in our environment and become microplastics, or very small pieces of plastic. What we were not able to detect until recently was the next stage of erosion of these plastic particles. That next stage is nanoplastics. Microplastics are usually 5 millimeters across, while nanoplastics are between 1 and 1,000 nanometers across. How small is that? The average human hair is roughly 80,000 nanoplastics across. These nanoplastics are invisible to all but the most powerful microscopes. That same technology that has exposed nanoplastics has also detected that these plastic particles are in our blood, in our liver, lungs, virtually everywhere, including as much as a spoonful in our brains. Nanoplastics are also found in the air, seawater, soil, food. In short, they are everywhere. Being everywhere includes our food chain, which means we are consuming plastic bits just about every time we eat. It's happening because, unlike natural materials, plastic does not break down and disappear. In one form or another, plastic or its components remain in our environment. So what is the experiment? As of this date, researchers have been unable to ascertain what the presence of these bits of plastic are doing to us and other living things on Earth. Is it harmful or not? Without specific test results, we can take a look at plastic and see what we think. All plastics are made from fossil fuels, primarily oil, and chemicals. Researchers have found as many as 16,000 chemicals being used in plastics. Most of those chemicals have not been identified because manufacturers protect their formulas. According to a recent article in Medscape, over 70% of the 6,000 chemicals that have been identified were considered harmful. We would never knowingly consume those chemicals, but we are still ingesting them in our food and many other sources. How can this be happening? You remember, I said the nanoplastics cannot be seen. The problem is their minuscule size makes them travel through our air and water and enter the food chain of every living thing. Even the soil we grow our food in contains nanoplastics. There are many other sources of plastic that enter our body. Just a few are plastic food containers, plastic bottles, all plastic packaging for food, cosmetics, and on and on. Another major source of these tiny plastic pieces is our polyester clothing. All synthetic fabrics shed bits from their fibers while worn, in the washer, in the dryer, in the closet, everywhere. We are essentially eating, drinking, breathing, and wearing plastic every day. I won't tell you to decide your answer to the harm question related to plastics. I will tell you my answer is yes. It makes absolute sense that these chemicals do not belong in our bodies. That being the case, my wife and I do everything we can to avoid plastic, especially with our food. Fortunately, there are many ways to cut back plastic in our day-to-day life and in our body. There are increasing controls on plastic use and plastic designed to reduce human exposure to plastic and every other area of the environment. No one expects that humans will discontinue using plastic. So, during my next commentary, I intend discussing what is being done to decrease our exposure to micro and nanoplastics. I hope to emphasize those things you can do in your everyday activities to decrease plastics. If you're interested in the introduction to the reduction of plastic in your home and more, watch this space. I'm Alan Swanson. Thank you for watching.